What's up YouTube? It's Brooke. Today I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the Dominican Republic. Almost a month ago I got back from the Dominican Republic and I learned so much from the Dominican Republic. Out of all the countries I went to this year, this one was the most cultural in my opinion. And I'm going to talk about the shockings of the Dominican Republic. If you guys follow this channel, you know that I've done shockings of Central America, as in Costa Rica and Panama, and I've also done shockings of Puerto Rico. So if you want to go check those out, then make sure to head over to my channel. But let's just dive right in. Also, disclaimer, these shockings are not necessarily bad things. Don't get butthurt. These are things that just literally kind of surprised me because I'm not used to them and I'm from the Midwest. Let's see what we got here. Okay, the first thing is so important, and it's the fact that the Dominican Republic is super Spanish. As in, most of the people that live in the Dominican Republic, if not almost all of them, speak Spanish. Unless you're going to a place like Punta Cana and you're just going on a cruise there or something, like basically only Punta Cana. Maybe there's one other spot that's kind of touristy, but if you're heading to that place, then you don't have to worry too much about Spanish. However, if you're going to Santo Domingo, if you're going to Cabarete, if you're going to any spot other than Punta Cana, you have to know at least basic Spanish. And like, the funny thing is, I did a workaway in the Dominican Republic, and on the workaways page it said, oh, you just have to know basic Spanish and you'll be fine. So I thought I was fine. You know, I took a year in high school and then I also went to other Spanish-speaking countries. So I was like, you know what, I will be okay in the Dominican Republic. I know enough to get by. However, that is not the case. In the Dominican Republic, I was in Cabarete, and that's where I spent a month. I spent a whole month there. You've got to know Spanish. I mean, like, you can like get by with knowing like advanced beginner Spanish, I would say. Like, I got by, so I mean, if I can get by knowing my Spanish, then you can probably as well. But I would say the more Spanish you know, the better, because I mean, you'll go places where literally no one there speaks English. And I know the school systems over there, unless you go to like a private school, I was told by locals anyways, so forgive me if I'm wrong, but I was told if you don't go to a private school, they don't really teach English. So you can't expect people to know English. Number 2 is Santo Domingo isn't really like a city, even though it's, I think, the biggest city in the Dominican Republic. Now, if you've ever been to Costa Rica and you've been to San Jose, then it's kind of familiar, in my opinion, to San Jose, where you get there and at least I expected it to be like Panama City or, you know, like Miami or somewhere with just big skyscrapers and big buildings that's like screams city, like this is the capital of your country. However, if you're in Santo Domingo, it is not like a city. It is like you drive around and it's, I don't even know how to describe it. I was only there for one day, but I was like, wow, this is Santo Domingo? But I did the same thing with San Jose and Costa Rica, so it's just like not your basic city. Number 3, the Dominican Republic has the most palm trees I've ever seen in my whole life. I've been to Florida, I've been to Puerto Rico, I've been to Panama and Costa Rica, but none of that is like the Dominican Republic when it comes to palm trees. I mean, I wasn't driving, but my taxi driver was driving down the coast and all you could see is just palm trees, just like boom, 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 boom. Like bizarre. It's not just like when you're driving through Florida and you see like palm trees, boom, boom, boom. Like, no, these ones are like, it looks like a forest of palm trees. Number 4, traffic is literally insane. Fun fact, when I was in the Dominican Republic, I had this ambition to rent a motorcycle while I was there. So call me crazy, but I really wanted to rent a motorcycle and drive it 6 hours to Punta Cana. Never ended up doing this though, because when I was doing my research about the Dominican Republic and all of their driving laws, I found out that driving laws don't really exist in the Dominican. That sounds crazy, but it's true. I mean, it's the second most dangerous country to drive in the whole world. So if you're not from the Dominican Republic, then I recommend just getting a taxi or a Moto concho to take you places, because you don't want to be driving in that if you're not used to it. And honestly, this is the best way to explain it. Like, road signs don't mean anything. As in, like, stop signs you can stop if you want, but you don't have to. Or you have to be constantly on your feet if you're driving, because people will cut you off like so fast. People will like, oh my gosh, like you have motorcycles going in and out of traffic. I mean, out of every place I've ever been to, the Dominican Republic has the craziest traffic I've ever seen. You also honk usually when you pass someone. That was something I was very shocked by, because when I first got a taxi driver to take me from Santo Domingo to Cabarete, which is a long excursion by the way, it's like 4 or 5 hours, he was honking at everyone. And I was like, why is he honking? Like, cause in the US, honking is rude, you know? If you're honking at someone, unless you're honking at your friends, if you're just honking at someone in front of you or behind you, it's like, hey, like, what are you doing, almost. But in the Dominican Republic, if they see their friends, they're honking. If the person's in front of them, they're honking. If the person's behind them, they're just honking for no reason, it seems like. And maybe there's like a code method to their honking, but to me, I was just kind of like, why are they constantly honking? Like, what in the world? But I think that they honk when they pass and they honk when they're going around someone. It's just kind of a way that they communicate that like, hey, like, watch out for me. Oh my gosh, this one is so important, and you guys probably already know this, but your girl did not. Do not drink the water. I repeat, do not drink the water. Nobody told me this until I was about 2 or 3 days into the Dominican Republic. You know, your girl's over here. I had a filtered water bottle, but that still did not do much. I filled it up with the sink. I was just drinking water out of the sink, and I ended up getting pretty sick. And you also have to watch out, because even though I didn't drink the water after that occasion, I did use the water to like boil noodles or for cooking. And I ended up like sick. Not actually, you know, thrown up, but you know. For pretty much my whole trip and for like 3 weeks after I got home. Like, I finally am starting to feel 110% again now. I mean, unless you're trying to cut weight like it's crazy, do not drink the water. Oh my gosh, this one's crazy. So you guys also might already know this, but as of right now, which it is currently August 16th when I'm filming this, you do not need a COVID test to get to the Dominican Republic. I was so shocked by this. When I was looking at their embassy, I saw that you don't need a COVID test to get in. But I thought, like, that's kind of sketchy. Like, I'm guessing that you do and that this thing's wrong. I'm not really saying it's wrong, but I got one just in case, and nobody even looked at it. I mean, I went through the airport completely fine. There was no questions about COVID, and that's the only place I've heard of so far. I mean, I know there's like plenty of others, but as of the countries that I've looked into going to this year, this is the only one that I've heard of that you did not need a COVID test to get into. And that is bizarre to me. It's like, it's so crazy. So if you're looking for a place to like just buy a ticket and go tomorrow, the Dominican Republic would be a good choice, because I mean, they are literally not too strict on COVID. They do have a curfew, by the way, though. So even though I said they're not strict on COVID, there is a curfew in place. So make sure that you do your research if you are trying to do this last minute travel. Oh my gosh, speed bumps are everywhere, at least in Cabarete and probably some other cities. I can't really remember where all they were at, but I mean, Cabarete has them like crazy. Speed bumps, literally, it seems like every minute of driving. Like, so people are constantly slowing down and speeding up and then slowing down and speeding up. Not all of them are marked, so you really gotta be watching it. Oh my gosh, I kind of mentioned this earlier, but there's these motorcycle taxis, which are called Moto conchos. And they are, they can be expensive if you're going far, but like, they're literally everywhere. At least in Cabarete, I mean, there was Moto conchos staying outside of the supermarket, so you could go to the supermarket and spend like, I gotta try to remember, I wanna say 50 pesos, and you could easily get home. So for those who don't know, I know US dollars, 50 pesos, I wanna say is a little less than $1, maybe 80 cents. So that's what I wanna say. It's been a month, so forgive me if I'm wrong, and I've done a lot of different types of currencies this year, so I could be wrong, but I'm thinking it's like 80 cents if I'm thinking correctly. Yeah, Moto conchos are pretty nice. I took Moto conchos like everywhere. I mean, there was times that I went to Playa Alicia, or Alicia, and then I went to Playa Sosua. Sosua is very cool. And oh my gosh, Rio San Juan, if you have the opportunity and you are on the east coast of the country, you gotta check out Rio San Juan. It's this small town, but the water is the most clear water I've ever seen in my whole life. And that's beside the point. That's not even on this list. But yeah, Moto conchos, they are pretty legit, and I recommend taking them. If you gotta like at least go on one Moto concho ride. All you do is ride on the back of a motorcycle, but it's pretty nice for a way to get around, especially if you're driving along the coast. There's just nothing quite like it. Okay, this one shocked me so much. So when I was in Puerto Rico, it was like super common to just walk around in whatever you want to wear. I mean, like I said in my previous videos, if my laundry was being done one day and I had like nothing left, I would just wear a bralette and shorts and call it an outfit for the day. As well as, I mean, you could walk around in your swimming suit, walk around in like a sports bra, you could just anything in Puerto Rico. No one really questioned you, no one looked at you weird. There would be people that would maybe catcall you, but that was about it. Panama and Costa Rica were a bit more of a, I'd say, iffy about it. They weren't really iffy, you would just get stared at a lot and you would get catcalled. Especially Costa Rica was super nice for, you could literally, when I was in Tamarindo, most of the days I didn't even wear an outfit, I just walked around in my swimming suit. So when I got to the Dominican Republic, I was thinking it was gonna be just like its neighboring places. Even though, you know, Central America's kind of over there, but we're gonna just go with it. However, that was not the case at all. There was one day that I was at the beach and I just got out of the water and I was getting ready to head back to the hostel. And so I was still wet, and I was like, you know what, like, I think I threw on my shorts, but I kept my shirt off. So I walked around and literally, I want to say that's what I did, is I put on shorts and I had my shirt off. Regardless of what I did, somehow I was half naked still. You know, I was covered with a swimming suit. Anyways, the people look at you. I mean, at least with my experience, they looked at me so bad. I felt so judged, and after that, I think I did it one other time. I had the same exact experience where everyone was like looking at you like, what are you doing in the streets like that? You know, like, you're just wearing a swimming suit with shorts or something, but they're looking at you like, that's meant for the beach and you are now on the street, so put some clothes on. At least that's how I felt. And I mean, I even had one guy, like my first time ever like walking out of the beach with my swimming suit still on, he like looked at me and he's like, oh my gosh. And like after that I was scarred. I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? Like in Puerto Rico, I could walk around in a bikini, like a literal bra and underwear, and nobody would probably question it. So that's something that really shocked me, is I expected like the Dominican Republic, I mean, it's literally Puerto Rico's neighbor. I expected it to be the same way, and it's not. Another thing, going with the water situation, do not flush your toilet paper. It is just like Costa Rica and some spots in Panama too where you're not supposed to flush it. Their pipelines just aren't as good as other countries, so please respect that. Oh my gosh, this one shocked me so much. I told all my friends and family about it. It was a crazy experience, at least to me. This is, whew. You can bribe the police to get out of a lot of stuff. Now I know that sounds super sketchy, like, Brooke, how do you know this? But it's nothing too sketchy happened. We were just out after curfew one night. It was a group of us and we were on our way to a party. And we got pulled over by the cops. And keep in mind, this is like within my first week of being there. So I was traumatized already. I was like, shoot, like it is my first night out with these guys. We are getting pulled over by the cops. We are out past curfew and we're heading to a party. We're doing all the wrong things. Like good kid in me was coming out and I was like, we gotta get home. I'm kind of freaking out and I'm like, oh shoot, like what am I gonna do? Like we're gonna go to jail in another country and da da da. Well, turns out everyone was like, dude, calm down. Like, you can just bribe the cops. And this is the first time I've ever heard of being able to do that, because in the States, that does not slide. So, you know, as our great Uber driver did, he bribed the cops and we went on with our night and we never had an issue after that. So it's crazy that you can literally, and when I'm saying you bribe them, it's not like you're giving them $500. You are literally, I think he gave him like $5 and he was like, "Alright, you're on your way." Which, you know, living currency is definitely different, but still, Like I said about the traffic and the traffic being crazy, when you see a stoplight, that just really means that you keep going, you just look both ways really quick. So you don't really stop, your foot is still on the gas, and you're just like, okay. Like, if you see someone coming, you speed up. Oh my gosh, this is so awesome. I gotta tell you guys about this. If you are staying in the Dominican Republic, you should know what a Wawa is. Now, I had no clue what these things were until I was at the hostel and everyone looked at me like I was crazy for not knowing what they were. Wawa is literally a van that fits roughly around 10 people, but they make like 20 people fit. Almost like if you guys know what a chicken bus is in Central America, it's that same type of gist, except it's like a minivan type deal. So the cool thing about Wawas is they pick up anyone on the street, so it does take longer to get places. You're in the van with a whole bunch of strangers, but the coolest thing is that it's the cheapest way to get around the Dominican Republic. So literally to go somewhere, if you're not going far, like from Cabarete to Sosua, that's like 50 pesos, which is literally nothing. Maybe it was 100 pesos, but it's literally nothing. Now, if you're gonna go a bit further, let's say you're going to Rio San Juan from Cabarete, so that's like an hour and a half, you're gonna probably pay like 200, 300 pesos. 300 might be pushing it. I'd say 200 pesos. Still, that's like nothing compared to if you got an Uber or you got a taxi or a Moto concho. That's gonna cost you so much more than just taking a Wawa. Oh my gosh, I should have like put these together. These are always like, the way I film these videos is I make notes while I'm traveling and I don't sort any of them out, so these are just whenever they come to mind. So this next one, going back to the traffic. So picture this. People, when they're driving, will pass even if there's someone coming. And they could be close too. It's not like someone's coming up in the distance. No. So let's say you got your two lanes. So you have a driver coming this way, driver coming this way, they're gonna pass each other. If you have a driver that's behind and he's like getting agitated and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna pass her, he will still do that while someone's coming this way, which means that it's almost like 3 cars on a road and no one questions it. It's just Dominican driving, it's Dominican traffic, it's insane and chaotic. Boy, the last one I have is it rains a lot. Or at least it did when I was there. I was there for the whole month of July, so that is kind of rainy season. I mean, a lot. Like, it doesn't rain all day, but at least when I was there, it would rain a lot in the morning and a lot at night. So during the day, you'd have a beautiful day, which was super nice. But in the morning, there's times that we'd have to wait until like 1 or 2 p.m. to even go out because it would be raining. Which also keep in mind, this is coming from my experience, so it could be different when you go, if you go. But we also had the hurricane hit while I was there. And so that could be a part of it as well. But yeah, I hope that you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up because it'll make me smile. And if you guys have any suggestions for future travel, did I miss anything also in this video? If you went to the Dominican Republic and you're like, this shocked me and this was not on the list, make sure to leave a comment below because I am curious and maybe I'll agree with you. I do read every single comment, so also if you have any travel recommendations, maybe like, Brooke, you should totally go to this country and check out this specific thing or whatever, I would love to hear it. I love travel, and yeah, my next trip is not until December, so we got a while to wait going back to college, but yeah, I hope that you guys did enjoy this. I will keep up with the travel content though, so don't think just because I'm not traveling for a couple months, that does not mean the travel videos are gone. If you have any recommendations, also leave them in the comments below. I'll see you guys next time I see you guys with a brand new video.